Hi friends, I'm gonna try and do my July TBR reading plans, but I have a cat in my lap who just insists on getting all the attention right now. Yeah, he was totally fine and independent until I turned the camera on. I am very excited about July readathons. There is the Deck of TBR-thon that is run by Becca at Becca Books and Bujo and Chloe at Always Booked. Very excited to do that. I will link it below. It is a card game where, based on what card you draw, kind of dictates what the prompt is for you to then pick out and read. There's two teams. The red team is drawing the cards ahead of time and developing a TBR. The black team is mood reading, and I'm gonna do mood reading. I did that last time we did this, and it worked well for me. And I plan to vlog that process and what I read. I'm hoping to have some crossovers with another readathon that is run by some friends as well, and that is Ketchupathon. Ketchupathon is run by Krista, Amy, and Destiny. I'll link their channels below as well. And this is basically a readathon that was created to catch up on Book of the Month books. So Book of the Month is a subscription service I used to use. I did get a box in June, but I have canceled my membership with them. It's basically monthly. You can get books, and I have a lot backed up on my backlist that I need to get through and read. I'm sort of thinking that I'm going to not do a book subscription service until I read all of them. Is that unrealistic? I don't know, but we'll see. But anyway, so Ketchupathon was created to catch up on Book of the Month. Said that. However, if you're not Book of the Month subscriber, you can use it for whatever you need to catch up on. If it's your physical TBR, if you're Kindle books, or Libro FM books, or whatever you need to catch up on. There are prompts for this, and the theme this year is going to the movies, which is super fun. And I am going to tell you the prompts. Hopper got mad because he wasn't the center of my attention right now. We're gonna go with the prompts, and I am a mood reader, as we know, and don't always stick to a TBR, but I'm going to try to stick to this TBR and see how it works. This is kind of what I'm feeling right now. So for the location, there is to watch a movie at home is family focused. Theater is friendship focused, and outdoor is nature focused on the prompts. And I am very much, I do like a movie theater, but I really like watching movies at home. So we're gonna do that. This is a book that I've already started and need to finish. I started it, put it down, and want to get back to it. We'll probably need to start it over. It was an audiobook that I was listening to, and it's good. I just got distracted, and that is The Last Story of Mina Lee by Nancy Jeon Kim. This is about a girl, 20-something-year-old woman who is she's raised by a Korean mother and doesn't know her father. She is not estranged from her mother, but she doesn't talk to her very much. Her mom mainly speaks Korean, and she doesn't speak much Korean at all. So she hadn't heard from her for a while, and so she decided, she was on a road trip with a friend and decided to go visit her mom, and it was on the way. And when she goes there, she finds her mom dead, and that is in the synopsis. And then it goes through kind of her trying to figure out what happened to her mom. The police want to say it was natural causes, and she's not sure. She's kind of confused about some of the things that people are saying about her mom's last days and life. So I'm very interested in this. This is definitely family focused, and I hope to get to that one. The next prompt is category, and so we're looking at animated, which is an illustrated cover. Live action is a realistic cover, and a classic is the oldest on your TBR. I'm gonna go with animated, the illustrated cover. I'm not really, I mean, I like animated films, but I don't really watch them very often. I don't watch a lot of movies, but we're doing it for this for this readathon. But I'm gonna do We Could Be Rats by Emily Austen. This is her latest book. I think she's coming out with a new one in 2026. I've read Emily Austen's other 2 books and really liked them. She knows how to do quirky characters, and I love quirky characters. It's definitely an illustrated cover, so I look forward to getting to that. Genre, so we have fiction, or no, I'm sorry, we have action, and that is mystery thriller. Then we have rom-com. Then we have fantasy. We have documentary, which is going to be nonfiction. We have drama, which is contemporary, and period, which is historical fiction. So I'm actually going to go for historical fiction, which is not my usual. I usually would go for I guess, mystery thriller, nonfiction, or contemporary, but I do want to read The Storm We Made by Vanessa Chan. I've heard really good things about this, and this is about, doing this with one hand, so hold on. A captivating, sweeping novel about a Malayan mother who becomes an unlikely spy for the invading Japanese forces during World War II, and the shocking consequences that rain upon her community and family. So I've heard rave reviews, so I'm ready to get into that one. Then for snack, we have popcorn is the highest rated, candy is most anticipated, and nachos is not your best choice. I'm actually going to go with highest rated. I did not look up the ratings of all of my book of the month backlist. That's these here. I didn't look up all of them. I looked up ones that I know people have talked about a lot and have been all positive that I've heard. And I actually found 3 pretty quickly that are over 4 stars. And we'll see if I get to them. Yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping to. The first one is Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. I was trying to get to this in June. Spoiler, I didn't. So I'm gonna put it on my July TBR for Ketchupathon and see if I can get to it. I believe this is about a man and his child on an isolated island, and a woman shows up. Is that right? A man and his 3 children are on an isolated island not far from Antarctica. So very curious about that. All the outdoor noises are happening. We had a helicopter, we had a train, we have a snoring dog. Another one that was over 4 stars is Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall. I'm not sure I'm gonna like this. I've seen lots of rave reviews about it, but it starts off with the death of a dog. Am I gonna be okay with that? I don't know. But it's got a lot of good reviews, and I really do love this cover. I kind of just want to go hang out in that house. So we'll see. It is about a woman and her husband who are involved in the death of the dog, of the neighbor's dog, and then the neighbor whose dog it was is like the woman's previous boyfriend or something like that, and then relationship issues happen. So that's kind of what I know about that one. And then a memoir, Crying in H Mart by Michele Zauner. I've put this off for many years because it's about Michelle's mom getting sick and dying, and I just wasn't ready to read that as someone who lost their mother in the last couple of years. This is over 4 stars. I've heard lots of great things about this, and I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to read it. We'll see. It also all depends on which of these book of the month I can get on audio. Also forgot to mention, Ketchupathon is only 2 weeks. 2 weeks? I think it's 2 weeks. July 6th through the 20th, and Deca TBR-thon is all month. So there will definitely be some additions to those. And then I have a couple other, I have a buddy read that's starting July 1st, and that is the 3rd book in the 6 Tudor Queen series. This is Jane Seymour, The Haunted Queen, by Alison Weir. I'm reading this with Melinda at A Web of Stories. I've read the first 2 and really liked it. This is also going to count for Big Book Summer, which is continuing to go on. It's well over 400 pages. The prompt for the Read Good Challenge that's hosted by Ben Reads Good is a translated work for July, and I want to read The Door by Magna Sabo. I got this, I was trying to do an in-person book club that I'm still going to try and do eventually, that reads around the world, which I think is really cool. This is from Hungary, and it's about a relationship between 2 women who are very different and how they kind of function in a communist society government. There is a library book I have out right now that I would really like to get to, and that is Death of the Author by Nnedi Okorafor. This is about a disabled Nigerian American woman who pens a wildly successful sci-fi novel, but as her fame rises, she loses control of the narrative, a surprisingly cutting yet heartfelt drama about art and love, identity and connection, and ultimately what makes us human. This is a story unlike anything you've read before. So I'm really interested in reading this, and it will count for Big Book Summer. It's over 400 pages. That's what I know and what I hope to get to, plus Deck of TBR-a-thon. Am I gonna read all these? Probably not. I'm gonna try. My reading has sort of rebounded, and I've read more than 1 book in June, which is better than May and April. April, I think I read 2. May, I read 1 book. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of get back into reading. Let me know what you're planning to read in July. Let me know if you plan on joining any of the readathons. I know there's a bunch going on. Yeah, let me know how you are in the comments. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.